All right, there we go. Okay, good morning, everybody. Thanks again for jumping on. Ben's with us today. You guys know Ben, familiar face, but he's got some new info for us. He's made the leap to Cornerstone Home Lending, and actually really excited about it because he's got some products that he can offer now that he didn't before. So I'll let him take the floor. Go for it, Ben. Welcome
Well,
again.
good. Yeah, thank you, guys. Good morning. It's nice to be on here with you all as always, and super excited to be with Cornerstone. Just to give you a little bit of background about Cornerstone Home Lending, they were founded in 1988, and in 2022 they actually bought a small bank called Roscoe Bank in Texas, and then they formed Cornerstone Capital Bank. And it makes it exciting for a lot of different reasons. One big reason is instead of just being licensed in maybe a handful of states, I'm licensed in 45. So because of that bank designation, we've got a lot of coverage access all over the country, and that makes it extremely exciting to be able to do business that way because I've had to refer a lot out as opposed to being able to generate it myself with out of state requests. So again, founded in 1988, good solid company. Been here a long time, knows how to get it done. They are privately owned as well. And the kind of the differences in advantages working here with them having that bank designation, not only the 45 states to originate in, we use our own funds for funding, okay, instead of solely relying on warehouse lines. Well, you may not know really a lot about that, but a lot of retail lenders, they have warehouse lines of credit, meaning that there is a vendor who is actually supplying the money to the retail lender in the form of a credit each month. We use our own money exclusively. That what that does though, it reduces costs of funds, which in turn allow for more competitive interest rates. There's also availability with this designation for in-house portfolio loan products. An example, we're currently offering a 7-year ARM for the purchase of primary and second homes, which actually will save anywhere from a half point to a full point, depending upon qualification for the client on the interest rate. Okay, so a really nice 7-year ARM product for that. On the second home, it does require 25% down, which really in this market, you don't see a lot of second home purchases being done with less than 20 anyway, because the loan level pricing adjustments are so high if you put down just 10%. We do have a 10% product available. I just always recommend to clients to putting a little bit more down to get more of an attractive interest rate if they're able to do that. We also offer high yield savings accounts and CDs available for not only our employees, but also our clients and partners such as you guys. And they have APYs as high as 5.5%. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. We also, something I'm super excited about too. You know how like you typically people will say, hey, do you sell your loans after you fund them? Right? It's a huge question I get all the time because a lot of folks are apprehensive because perhaps they've had bad experiences with servicing departments within organizations after a loan is closed and is sold or whatnot. We actually service 80% of the loans that we fund in-house. So each month they get my picture and my name on their mortgage statement. So that way I can, stay top of mind with those particular folks if they have any questions as far as refinancing, perhaps wanting to purchase another home, whatever the case may be, servicing questions. If they have those types of questions, they can come directly to me, and I have a servicing hotline, kind of like the bat phone, if you will, that I can pick up and call our servicing department and get them immediate service and coverage. I can't tell you how many times I get calls from past clients who are having difficulty with their existing servicer now. And it's one of those situations as a loan officer. Typically, you've been like, oh man, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I'll try to make some calls to this, that, or the other. That's not the answer that they're going to be receiving anymore. It's going to be, I got you covered. Let me get up with our servicing department. We will have this handled for you immediately. So just an added layer of customer service that I think is going to be absolutely phenomenal. The customer care team, like I said, within the servicing organization is absolutely fantastic. Of course, we offer all the big five, I call them: conventional, jumbo, FHA, VA, USDA. We also now have access to construction loans. So now I can do construction lending. If you have a client that wants to purchase a lot, I can do the land loan now. With the lot loans, they are looking at like 35% down. Minimum credit score requirement, I believe, is right at 680. But we can absolutely get those done for folks. So if you have somebody that wants to buy a lot, send them my way. If you have somebody that wants to build a home, you don't have to refer them out to anybody else. I got you covered. It's kind of a one-stop shop, which is really what I wanted to go for if I was making a move to anywhere. And so I'm very excited about that opportunity to have those additional products for you guys to have in your arsenal. We also have something else that's pretty cool I'd like to tell you about. We offer a renovation product on primary and second homes as well for renovation. You don't hear that a lot. It's called, and we have one particular product called our Fixer Upper program, which allows the customer to put down as little as 3% and roll in the cost of certain home improvements that are completed through like a big box retailer such as Lowe's or Home Depot. Okay. We also offer non-QM products, which are products like condotels, things like that can't go direct to agency. And we have DSCR loans for investment property transactions too. So if you have somebody that would require a DSCR loan, wanting to buy an investment property, we got that covered. Again, I came over here specifically, guys, just to be totally transparent, because I wasn't very pleased with the way that things were going operationally. It seemed like every one of my deals I had to absolutely go to war over. And these were cookie cutter deals that I shouldn't have had to. They were being over conditioned, which in a lot of cases is adding stress to the client and also stress to you guys. That's unacceptable. Can't have that. I'm not willing to sacrifice the 15 to 16 years of hard work I put into the industry to have delays on file that there simply shouldn't be any. Although most of them were closing on time, it's still, we don't want CDs and closing packages coming in the morning of closing. We don't want we don't want or need CDs that are coming in even the day before. I would like to have them out 2 to 3 days prior on every single closing and transaction. So that way everybody has time to wire funds, get comfortable, and focus on the excitement of the closing day, not when's the lender going to have the package? When is this going to be done? That's no longer going to be taking place. When vetting Cornerstone Home Lending, I did a lot of research, even with attorneys in town as well, and in surrounding counties, and they all had glowing recommendations for this organization as far as their closing department, the speed, the urgency, and just the wherewithal to get things done. So I didn't upstart the branch here. I'm kind of taking a role back from management. I just decided I want to focus solely on production and managing my own pipeline and my own team as far as in getting those things done. I mean, that's the biggest piece. Like I'm not going to be managing a bunch of other loan officers and things like that. It's just going to allow me the opportunity to really excel at what I do best, I feel like. And that's customer relations, being the face of the transaction, and really giving my time and efforts and all my heart, pouring it into each and every deal that we originate. So super excited about that. The team that's already here existing, they close anywhere from 70 million to 100 million a year. Okay. These guys are tried and true, have over 80 years of experience. They've been in Wilmington with Cornerstone now for almost 5 years, going on 5 years. So a lot of excitement. I didn't walk into a situation where it's not a tested and vetted organization. We have local footprint here from some guys that get it done, guys and gals that know what they're doing. And I am super excited to have that support, not only for myself, but for all of you guys as well. We have Philip Andrews. He's an excellent loan officer as well, but he helps a lot with our transactions, kind of getting in the middle of some things when things need to be taken care of. Nathalie Richards, she is our transaction coordinator. We also have Carrie Jordan, who's a transaction coordinator, and Tracy Collier, who is our loan processor. And everybody's right here. I don't have to call Atlanta now. I don't have to go. I don't have to go to the extent of where I can't just walk. Right now, let me back up. Right now, I can just walk right to the office next door and say, hey, guys, I really need your help on this file. Or, hey, guys, we've got this situation going on, that situation, and it's right there. Everything is done in-house. And as a matter of fact, too, something really cool, our regional operations center is in Raleigh. So, Doug and Brandon and you guys up there, I know you'll like that. They've been in Raleigh now for quite some time. I think 7 years. Is how long that they've officially been with Cornerstone and had that operations facility running. So again, vetted, tested, tried and true. operations team that gets it done, cares about the North Carolina footprint. That was something that was very important to me too. A lot of my files were getting held up because the processor I was working with had a lot of what are called Georgia Dream files, and that's like a down payment assistance program. And it was slowing and bottlenecking some of my stuff, and I can't have that. We want to have. I wanted to be with a company that was focused on growth in North Carolina specifically, and a team that had been here and done it. Had the tested results, and just super excited, guys. So many opportunities with the lot loans, with the construction lending. The construction lending, by the way, is a one-time close. So you're not having to do construction funding and then come back and do a permanent 9 or 10 months later. It's all done at once. So a one-time close on those. Rates are super competitive. I don't think we're going to lose many deals to price. I really don't. That's something I made sure that I checked very thoroughly as well. And I'd like to open it up for questions, whatever you guys have for me.
Definitely excited about the construction of perm. It's always good to have someone readily available who can do that, so we don't have to go outside of who we're used to working with. That's exciting. Very exciting that the company is, got a base here in Raleigh. I think that's good for all the reasons you stated. I think somebody was going to ask a question. I didn't mean to cut them off. I just wanted to share my excitement about those features particularly.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, congratulations, Ben. It sounds like that's definitely a change, and it sounds like a great direction. I wanted to ask more about that. I didn't quite understand it. This ARM type loan. Would you mind explaining a little bit more about that?
Certainly, it's an adjustable rate mortgage. So it's a 7-year ARM that is fixed for 7 years, and then at year 8, it would adjust to whatever the current market rate is. It's about a half point, anywhere from a half point to a full point better on interest rate. So what that would open up the gateway for is if you had like a client that perhaps had some debt to income issues, or if they just wanted a sweeter rate for a period of time because they're going to refinance anyway, right? Like, I mean, when rates do drop, it's a matter of when, not if. When they do drop, they're going to refi out of the ARM before the 7 years anyhow. So it really just helps folks get into the house with less money, paying monthly, less interest long term, and creates a better opportunity. Also, if you, like I said, if you have tight debt to income ratios, it can definitely facilitate an approval instead of somebody that maybe wouldn't qualify otherwise. And it can be used on the purchase of primary residences and second homes.
Okay. All right, great. So that's fixed for 7 years, huh?
That's correct. Fixed for 7 years. But like I said, I mean, a lot of people, if like say we got one today, right? And we close it 30 days from now, I would imagine in 6 months to a year, depending upon how things go. There's a lot to be said about November, coming up here soon and things like that. But depending upon how things go, the market's going to react appropriately. And I think you're going to see interest rates fall. One thing I do want to touch on real quick, Mark, as well as far as interest rates, guys. You didn't see. I know a lot of you guys have me on social media. You did not see me coming out guns blazing about these interest rate drops. I wasn't going to do it because I kind of saw what was coming. The 10-year bond is over 4% again. All right, and has been for the last couple of weeks. That has driven rates back up. Even though the Fed rate cut was nice, that's wonderful. We got a little love for a couple of weeks. The rates have started to trickle back up. Again, I think when we see the activity that happens in November, whichever way that goes, the markets are going to react appropriately, and hopefully we'll get some love at that time. I think if if there's certain things they're going to look at that could really drive rates down if they do happen in November. So I didn't promote a whole lot about that stuff, although we were able to lock some folks in and help them save some money with the lower rates at the time. They have trickled back up a bit, and I think it's caused a little bit of a slowdown. And I think people are waiting to see what happens after the election too, before they start jumping back in the fold. Is kind of what I'm reading right now. So anyway, just want to kind of be transparent about that too, guys. They're still in the high sixes, which is far better than 7.5, 7.75, things of that nature. But just be prepared for those conversations with folks. If they tell you, "Oh my gosh, we heard rates drop," well, let them be excited about it. But at the same time, I want to set realistic expectations as to where they're at. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for that.
Anybody else have anything? Questions?
No,
Can you?
congrats, Ben. I mean, like Doug said, I think the ability to do the construction to perm lot, all that combination, people reach out about that stuff from time to time, and I don't have anyone to give them other than First Citizen. So it's better to have a personal relationship with someone that we can refer them to. Question for you, and I totally understand why you wanted to do this because we had a clean deal a couple months ago. And if you remember, John and Sarah Gibson, they wanted him employed for exactly 12 months in his role.
Right.
Uh, so I understand that. With respect to you, kind of not being in as much of an administrative role anymore and just really focusing on your book of business, how many people on your transactions do you think will be interfacing with you and like one or two loan processors? Do you think that's it, or should we expect more?
So they're just going to be interfacing with myself, one transaction coordinator who will just who acts pretty much like an assistant would, if you will, with gathering the documentation in for initial file submission. It just alleviates me from having to go through the encyclopedia of everything, right? They get it nice and organized for underwriting. And then one processor, Tracy, that's it. So
Okay.
we're not going to have a round robin of different people. It's going to be the tried and true team that I just spoke about that will be handling the transaction. I'm the face of it, right? I'm in the middle of it. However, I'm gonna let Nathleen and Carrie do their thing on the transaction side, right? I have to stay in my lane a little bit. But they certainly don't over ask for things. They're not going to ask for things two or three times over and over again. Tracy's been doing this for years, and again, she's been the sole processor for this team that's already here at Cornerstone that I'm in the office with. That's done 70 to 100 million a year, I would say 6 consecutive years. I mean, they're legit. So they know how to get things done, and that makes me feel really good about where we're at with it. I mean, they've got a great reputation. They really do. And that was part of the thing that attracted me to really wanting to come over here was their reputation around town. It's impeccable. It really, truly is. And I know that because if I've ever called on their realtors, I hear that, right? Like you guys are giving me the feedback as to how efficient they are. So, if you can keep that many people happy for that long and have a great reputation, I know I'm in the right place.
Well, congrats to you. I hope this works out, and I hope you're happy there for a long time.
Yeah, man, this needs to be it. I don't feel like moving around. I'm not in the mood for it. Not in the I'm getting too old for that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm 42, man. It's good. I spent a couple years at Southeast. It just it didn't work out the way that it was that way that I'd hoped it had. And when I started getting feedback from my referral partners and clients about dissatisfaction in certain areas, that's just unacceptable. Especially when I would go and say, "Hey guys, these are the changes that need to be made. Like this is what I need to succeed." And when I told them I was thinking about leaving, then they wanted to make those changes. Well, what happened when I've been number
Good.
one, number two, and number three consecutively for the last 7 months in the region? Like last month, I finished number one. I mean, I don't know how else to make this more of an attractive situation to say,
Yeah.
hey, give me the support I need. But I feel very confident and comfortable with the fact that I have it here, and we're going to make sure that it's a smooth transition. I'm pleading with you guys for your all support. Really would love to see the phone start ringing a bit with pre-quals and everything like that. I can't do it without you guys. You all have been amazing. You've made the last several months for me absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so grateful to work with you guys again. So, and I'm here for you 24/7. I don't care if it's in the weekends, evenings, whenever. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Well, thanks for that, Ben. And like to echo everyone else's sentiment, we're really excited for you and appreciate your partnership as we have for many years now. We've been working together, and looking forward to even better days ahead with this new opportunity for you. And you guys, get your folks in front of Ben and give him the opportunity to earn their business and make sure that he's aware of these other products. Now, Ben, one question I did have asked a day or two ago, which we talked about, I just wanted to kind of put the bug back in your ear, is if you're still able to do that $1,500 incentive that we offer buyers on our listings, if you can get us some updated, a one pager of that to add to our listings.
Absolutely. I'm actually working on that with our marketing department. It's going to
Awesome.
be just fine. We're going to do a $1,500 credit on any of your listings. So if you get a buyer and they buy a home that's not listed with Ocean Air Realty, we're not doing that $1,500 incentive. I mean, we're going to give them a great price and great service. But if you have a listing, like say April has a listing and Brandon brings the buyer there, they absolutely are going to get a $1,500 true lender credit. So that's absolutely 100% going to be in the works or in motion, and the flyers are in the works as we speak. So
perfect. And I will have those in your listing templates and dot loop, so they're easy for you to pull and drop in the MLS documents, just like we have them in there currently for Ben. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. All right. Anything else, Ben? You got anything else to add?
just appreciate the support and look forward to doing business with you guys. And we're ready. We're ready over here. I came over here for you guys. At the end of the day, I make decisions based on me and my family, but also like you all are an integral part. If I felt like that things were hunky dory over where I was, and and that you guys would be upset with me leaving, I never would have done it. So it's a situation where your continued support is greatly appreciated. And anything I can do to help you all build your business and earn more business, let me know. It's not all about what can you send me. It's what can we do together to help build each other up. So please let me know if you have some events you want me to attend, if you want to do a first time home buyers seminar, whatever you want to do, I'll show up and I'll be there and we'll make it happen. Okay.
Appreciate that, Ben. And I think transparency is really important. And just so all of you know, Ben and I have been talking about him making this move for several weeks now. It wasn't like I found out yet last week when I set the meeting, right? He talked to me. He wanted my feedback. He had the other feedback from you guys that was weighing heavy on him and helped him make the decision, the right one. Just like I told him several weeks ago that we're looking at a new CRM, which, Ben, I saw this morning that you got logged in and got your stuff set up. So you'll be good to go there. Just so you know, we're planning on making the website switch like overnight on the 29th into the 30th. So that will be the time frame. I had a meeting earlier this week about our lead gen, which I mentioned in the email that I sent to you as well. So we're really hoping this is going to be a lot smoother transition than it was before, and we're just going to keep right on rolling and get some more and better leads in front of everybody quicker.
Sounds perfect.
All right. Everybody, I'm going to ask that you hold on just a second. I got a couple other things I want to talk to you about. Ben, thanks so much again for jumping on. Really appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks for having me this morning, guys. Appreciate your all's time. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.
Take it easy.
Thanks for the updates.
Hang on.